Hello and welcome to another Luminar Coffee Break. I'm your host, Vanelli. Now, our topic today is how to store and install Luminar looks, extra skies, sky augmentations, extra sky augmentations, and any textures, and any LUTs. So I know it's not as sexy and as exciting as all of our editing techniques we've been doing, but these are things that will help you make Luminar run much faster. All right. So before we get started, and yes, thank you, Julie. I'm feeling a little bit better. Before we get started, we want to thank Fuji Films as one of our partners, and here's a short, quick message from them. And as a reminder, Fuji has two nice ebooks for us. One is on speed lighting techniques, and the other, there we go, and the other is on picture perfect portraits. Picture perfect portraits. All right, let me bring you back up here. I'm so sorry. I just want to make sure I have my audio set correctly. And yes, I do. Good. All right. Hello, Jan from Holland. Good. Yes, earlier today we did Rich Harrington do an incredible class on up and running with Luminar 4, and we'll be repeating that, and I'll be giving that lesson, excuse me, in a few weeks. All right. So, first of all, let's get started. I'm going to reset what I have here before I show it to you. There we go. And reset. All right. So I'm going to share my screen. Now, from here, guys, here's a couple things. On the bottom here, you have your user Luminar looks. Now, just to preface why this topic to be brought up, my cousin Marianne downloaded a ton of new looks and sky replacements and stuff from Photo Focus. She didn't know how to install them in the two different categories. Down here, the notes at the bottom, hide me, on the bottom right here, these are the looks that you've created. These are the looks that you've created. These are the looks that you could download packs, all right? So they're two separate types. First, let's do this. If I want to get new looks, I'm going to click on Get More, and it takes me to the Luminar Marketplace. From here, I can purchase some signature looks, or I can come over here to the looks, and then we can download some of the free looks that we already have. Now let me look down here. All right, so I already downloaded earlier this morning. Excuse me, I downloaded one of the packs. Let me download this one. We're going to learn more from Lori. All right. I'll download it. And now notice it came down as a zip file. All right. In Windows, I'm going to right click, show in folder. And let's see, here I have it right here. Now, what I'm going to do is this, right click, and I'm going to cut it. And the reason why I'm going to cut it is I'm going to move this zip folder into a folder where I have all these stored. So, ready for this? I'm going to go to my photos, my photography collection. Now, inside this collection, I created a folder called _assets. Now, excuse me, I'm debating whether or not to move that just outside the looks folder, or just outside my photography folder, for two reasons. If I were to click on my photography folder and have it import or ingest all of my photography images, I don't want the _assets to be part of that. So if I do that, I'll remove it from that folder. If I don't, I like to keep it here, because now if I need a new sky or need something, I know exactly where it's at. So I'm going to double click on the assets folder, and I downloaded a look. Here's where I'll right click and I'll select paste. So now I just pasted the zip file into my looks folder here. Now I can extract this, extract all, and I'm going to let it extract into this folder. And here it is. All right. I don't need that zip file anymore, so I'm going to delete it. Now, it's a pack file. So, MP lum pack. And I keep telling all of you guys this before. What does the MP stand for? McFun. Lum for Luminar, pack. So if it's a pack file, that means that inside this pack file, there are several looks that we can install. So it's going to install all of them for us. So now I'm going to go back to my Luminar. Now, here it is. If I'm installing a single look, I'll show you a different way to do that. We'll have to install that manually. If I'm installing a pack we're going to install from the file menu. So, from here, file, and add Luminar Looks collection. So the collections are packs. Where is it? Well, I'm going to come over to my photographies, assets, under looks, and here it is. Now, if I click on this and open, it's going to automatically add it for me to my Luminar collection, to my looks collection. And sure enough, here it is. If I click on this, it'll give me all the looks that Lori created and gave for free. All right? Now, just because they were for portraits doesn't mean it wouldn't work for an image like this. So let's just go through. I think this one's going to look nice. I like it. Good. Oh, I like that. I'll do one more. All right, good. So do you see what we just did here is we came in and by installing the looks pack, right? So by installing the looks pack, what we did was we brought all those looks into this folder. Now, what happens when you have individual looks? When it's not part of a pack? I'm going to show you how to install those. Ready? So, I'm going to come down to where my user Luminar looks are. And I'm going to right click on one of my Luminar looks. If I don't have one, then just create it. Save new look, save it, and it'll add it to this folder. So I'm going to come down and I'm going to show in folder. Here we are. So if I back up, it's under my users folder. Let's do this. It's under users folder and it's under my looks. So I have data, looks, user, and here it is. All right. Now, what I did earlier is I had a little over, well, I'll show you right now, a little over 30 or 40 of my own Luminar looks. So what I decided to do was put them into a zip file. And because I put them into a zip file, that means that all of those looks that I have won't be seen. Because the looks folder is strictly looking for LMP. LMP, Luminar, MP, McFun. All right? So it's looking for LMP extension. So I'm going to extract all of these into this folder. And now, if I refresh it, you'll see I have all of Vanelli's Luminar looks. Now, just for the safe side, I'm going to select all of these, right click, and I'm going to cut it, meaning I'm going to move them. And I'm going to put it under the root folder. That's where they all should be. I don't need this folder anymore. And as for that zip, the zip file right here is not hurting anything, so I might as well keep it there. Now, I did this for a couple of reasons. After a while, you're going to start creating your own Luminar looks, and you're going to get a lot of them. You may end up getting your Luminar looks folder, the scroll bar may end up becoming huge. So what you could do is, if that starts to happen, is one of two things. Let it get huge and make favorites out of them, or do what I just did and take a group of them, put them into a zip file. So when you're not using them, they're stored safely in that folder. When you're ready to use them, then you bring them out. All right? So let me get back here. There. So now you can see I have them all installed in my looks folder. Notice they didn't appear here. They didn't appear here because I have to restart Luminar. So I'll shut down and restart. And once it comes back up, now all of my looks, notice, are back where they were originally started from. So I can come through and start adding new look, or start adding any of my images to it. Oh, you know what? Those are hers. Try that again. Let me come down to my Luminar looks. Here we are. There we are. Now all of mine are in here, including the young couple one I had earlier. There it is. All right. So, just a recap. That's awesome. So just to recap, to install a look pack, we do that from the file menu. And again, it's add Luminar looks collection. If you're installing a single one, you know what, I'm sorry. This just caught my eye. A little ADD there for a moment. Let's see what this does. Well, that's pretty cool. All right. Anyway, so from here, you would show in folder, and then go right to the users folder, and this is where you put that LMP. So Julie just said she made her first look. So imagine her emailing me that look and said, hey, I created this new look for portraits. Check it out. She sends me the LMP file. I bring it in. We're done. All right? So that's how we did the looks. Now, let's do this. Same concept. I'm going to come over here. And let's look at skies or Luts. Excuse me. So with the skies, do you have any free skies in here? All right, so there's no free skies. What about Luts? Ooh, this one from Richardson is always good. In fact, you know what? Let's do that one. I'm going to download it. Okay, so we'll go through that. So I'm going to show this in my folder. Right click, and I'm going to delete, cut it. Now I'm going to come back over to my C drive, and where is my assets folder? It's under photography, assets, Luts. Right click, paste. Now I'm going to extract all of these and bring them in. Good. So that's it. And I can delete this one. Good. And let me just copy all of these here. Good. So now I'm copying the cube file. So what a Luts is, it's called a lookup table. A lookup table. And it's going to let us change the look of our image is going to replace the colors. So Julie, I'll show you that right now. So now that I have these 4 new LUTs, I can come back into Luminar. And for this image here, let's say, if I want to change the color, let's do this. Adjustments, reset. So this is the original. Yep. So that's the original that I started with. All right. So for a LUTs, a lookup table, I'm going to come down. It's part of the creative tools, and it's a color style. Think of it as adding special color to your images to make it, to give it that cinematic look and to change the look and feel of it. So it's replacing the different colors. So look at all the ones that come with it, which is phenomenal. Now you can come all the way to the bottom, to the top, and I can load custom ones. Sure enough, under Assets, LUTs, and here are the ones that we just downloaded. And now I just replaced this LUTs, or the lookup table. Oh, I hit the wrong button. So I just replaced the lookup table with, while it's rebooting, I just replaced the lookup table. So all the looks, or all the colors, if it said this was red, we will swap red out with this color. You're swapping it. So here we are now. Let me get back to where I was. Load a custom. And there's that earth tone. There it is. Before and after. So, Julie especially, LUTs are going to add a different degree of color grading. A different degree of color grading to your images. Now, you made a comment about if she knew how to do it. So, yeah. So Julie, let's say you want my cowboy LUTs, or my cowboy looks. If I right-click on it, I'm going to show it in my folder. Here it is. Now, the cowboy look, let me try that again, everyone. So, I'm going to right-click on the cowboy, show in folder. Now, the cowboy, here's the LMP, but if I back up a little bit, there's a container. Back up. Oh, there it is. So if I double-click on that folder, it opens up to a container, and inside the contents is the resources. So I used a lookup table. Oh, I did. So there's a cube. So that lookup table that I used will automatically be included in this folder. So you don't have to install it. So now that I have this here, I can open up my email program, draft an email to Julie, and then drag and drop this, Julie, into my email as an attachment. Now, once I get that attachment, or once I get that email, now I'm able to install it like I showed you guys. All right? So, and this is what's neat here is, if you look at any of these looks that have folders, that means either a sky was added to it, a texture, or a lookup table was added to it. And instead of it being scattered all over the place, it puts it into a container folder, and now everything in that container folder is what it needs to make that look great on your machine. All right? So now you know how to save a look, export a look, import a look, and then share it with your friends. So, guys, thank you so much. And again, I know this wasn't a really exciting and sexy part of Luminar, but it's good to know. It's good to know how to organize Luminar to make it run very efficient. And 2, you don't get lost trying to find a look or a LUTs or a new sky that you've downloaded. And it's great that all of these are out there. It's important to make sure you organize them so you don't bog your system down. All right? Well, guys, as always, thank you so much for joining me. If you have questions or comments, please leave them below. And if you can, hit that thumbs up. That'll help us out tremendously. Well, I'm Vanelli. Thanks so much for watching.